Yeah.
All right, here we go. You hear it? You hear the intro? I don't hear it. So give me a thumbs up when the intro's done so I know when to bring us in.
We here now.
I've been on my grind just to live it out. Say what's on your mind just to hear it loud.
You can hear him good?
Everybody knows me, really that's the old me. Going through some changes right here and now.
Yes. And we are back with another episode of the Dope Individuals Only podcast. I'm Erik, the host, and I'm up here with another dope individual. Please introduce yourself.
What's up, world? My name is Ghost55, repping Zone 6 East Atlanta.
Hey, my man down here from the A. He live down here now, though, right?
Yeah. You can say that. Yeah, I've been here a minute now. You can say that.
So I met Ghost a couple months ago. I did a show at Art House, and Ghost performed after I did. And you got this dude who come up here. He got his own swag. He look different than the rest of us. He sound different than the rest of us. He start fucking singing this shit. I was like, I gotta meet this nigga. I gotta meet this nigga. And bro, honestly, that's like, people don't like sticking out like a sore thumb, but you did, and it was like your uniqueness. That's what it was. It wasn't like, oh, look at this nigga. He's an oddball. It was like, yo, this nigga's unique, son. He don't look like us. He don't sound like us. This nigga's different. Where's he from?
Wow. No, I appreciate that, bro, because I get a lot of the opposite reactions. So I really appreciate you saying that.
Nah, bro. I could. At least I like to think so. I could spot talent. You know what I mean? Sure. And you went up there and you was the only person that showed up for like you came in there dolo and everything. You know what I'm saying? And I like to say that you left with a couple homies. Because shortly after that, just like a week later, we ended up linking up and we created some shit as well.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
The world hasn't heard it yet, but so how you get all the way from Atlanta up here to Bethlehem? You know what I'm saying? Like take us through how this all began.
Well, first of all, I say I appreciate you, man. You're a dope individual yourself. Obviously,
I appreciate
it. Platform, no problem.
I appreciate it.
I agree with you. Came in by myself, left with the homies, so I appreciate it.
Big facts.
I call it a life journey now. I used to call it a mistake, mistake I shouldn't have done, but now I call it God's journey for me. I ended up getting a job up here. I knew someone up here that I knew from Atlanta. We went to school together. Life happened, and now life happened again, and now I'm up here. I'm trying to make it work. You know what I mean?
Okay. So why was it considered a mistake to you at one point? I'd like to hear this. I mean, if you're willing to share.
Yeah, it's
because
cool.
It sounds like there's some growth that went on. Yo, Jay, close the door so we don't hear the birds.
They talking. They're trying to get in with us.
They're trying to get in the conversation.
Yeah. Nice to meet y'all too, man. Nice to meet y'all too.
So yeah, take us through why you consider it a mistake, and when did the transition happen from it no longer being a mistake and realizing that it's God's will at play here?
Well, I'll go ahead and be honest. I call it a mistake because coming from Atlanta, I never got into any trouble. Thank God.
Thank God.
But I caught my first case after I got up here. I was stupid. I was young and immature. I did a lot. I thought I was more put together than I actually was because I was a weed head, but I was still keeping a job. I was still paying the bills that I had to pay and just living stupid, taking road trips with blunts rolled, not to tell on myself, but you know what I mean? Just doing stupid stuff like that. So after I caught my first case, just for smelling like weed, it wasn't even doing anything reckless. It was literally smelling like weed. I ended up catching the case and went to jail, and now I have a record now. So that, I call it being stupid because the way that I was living, I thought I had it together.
Yeah.
But obviously, that's not what grown men do. Grown men take care of what they need to
handle
take care
their business.
of.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm trying to get on that as old as I feel like I am now. Now I feel like I'm trying to get myself together and get my life on track.
How old are you?
I'm 27.
27. Okay. So I got you by almost 2 years. What age did all these things start to occur at?
This is like my third year up here. I think I got that charge my first year here. So
okay.
We'll say
2021 in that area.
Yeah, around like the end of 21.
That was a weird time. That was a really weird time. I mean, this like still part of the pandemic, things like that.
Yeah.
That's interesting because I know a lot of people that do shit like that, where they ride around with blunts rolled and things like that, and it's just like the way they choose to live. But I'm glad that you took a little bit of time and used that as a moment to reflect and refocus. Because you see a lot of people, they deal with those things and instead they blame people for their choices. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, fuck the police. You know what I mean? This law system is bullshit. In which, in many cases, I agree with some of that shit.
Well, for sure, I agree. They have a point.
But at the same time, just as we gonna be pointing the finger and calling out social systems and everything like that, we also got to look at ourselves in the mirror and be like, all right, where did I fuck up?
For sure.
I really commend that shit because it's very hard for people to be open and honest with themselves.
I appreciate that.
That's some man shit.
I appreciate
that's some man
bro.
shit. So even in the fuck ups, what you consider fuck ups, you still stood on it like a man. Like, you know what? Let me fix this shit.
Yeah.
So you catch the case. You know, you take that shit on the chin. And then what's the first thing? Like, because you said back to the drawing board. What was like one of the first major changes you made?
Some changes that I was forced to. So I got my license suspended. I've been driving since I was 15 years old. I did everything on time, or what I thought was on time. I got my permit at 15, license at 16, had a car by 18, but in the midst of it, driving other people's cars, been doing my own thing up to, you know what I mean? That's why I felt like I was living my life the way I thought I was living it.
Right.
So the first change was not being able to drive no more.
That's a hard one. That shit's a hard one.
Listen. Listen, yes, sir. So like I said, that they took my firearm away from me, so then I felt vulnerable. I felt like I didn't have protection in a whole nother state with people that I didn't know how to get along with. You know
unfamiliar.
what I mean? For sure. And then here I am, like you said, sticking out like a sore thumb unintentionally. It's just like, I'm not cocky. I'm humble, and I take all accountability for what I know to take accountability for.
Right.
So they took my firearm when I went to jail. When I went to jail, it was not oh my God, like I put myself in this position. So literally from that, when the cuffs hit my wrist, I was like, this is the start of it. This is what I got myself into.
Right.
So it was never I never blamed anyone else.
Now it's like, how the fuck do we dig ourselves out of this hole?
Exactly.
That not having a car shit is serious.
For sure.
I always found it stupid that they take people's licenses as a punishment. Because I feel like, I was just talking to my wife about this the other day, and I was like, I think that's one of the worst things you could do to an adult. Is take their ability to move around, because typically they'll suspend your license and then they give you a fine, and then you got to pay that fine, and if you don't, your ass is going back to jail. So if you got a person and they got a whip, and even though you might not be living the way you probably should be living, I got a whip, I got a car, I use this to get to work, but now you take my shit and now you want to lock me up for not being able to pay you for my mistake.
Exactly.
I always found it like a trap.
Yeah, for sure.
I always thought about it like a trap.
For sure.
And I don't think it's fair that they do that to people, because people really out here trying to make progress. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You out here moving around, and even though you might not be living to your standards or what you think are your standard, or what you have as your standards now, you were having somewhat of a productive life up until that point. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And something like that makes it a little bit harder for you to move around.
Yeah, for sure.
So how do you deal with the headaches of not having it, not having as much mobility as you once did, being in a new environment like you said, you sticking out like a sore thumb without even trying to, things like that. How do you get used to this? How do you rise to the occasion and continue to just keep putting one foot in front of the other, despite having the card stacked against you right now?
Honestly speaking, through depression, because once you take freedoms, when you take the way of life away from someone, and that's all that they know, it's like, all right, now what am I supposed to do?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's a helpless feeling.
For sure. Like, you took my license, you took my only way of getting around. Thank God they didn't tow my car. But they took, like I said, went to jail, took my freedom from me. I had to bond out with money I didn't have. It kind of explains itself. It's hard. It's very tough to deal with, because now you have to figure out, all right, now what am I supposed to do as far as, and my license wasn't immediately suspended. I had like 3 months or so to, keep driving around.
Yeah.
But eventually I knew the day was coming. So it's like, okay, now how am I going to get to work from this point? What's going to happen with my car? What's going to happen with my place? Because now I have a record.
Yeah.
So you can't get jobs.
It makes it harder.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And you like, okay, all I'm trying to do is succeed. Yeah, I might smoke my weed for my personal problems, but here you are holding that against me when it's legal 3 hours in another state.
Shit, not even 3 hours, bro. 15 minutes across the border. If you get to Phillipsburg, New Jersey, that shit illegal. And bro, they got a dispensary right there, like a mile away from the border from Pennsylvania.
What?
It's like, and that's another thing too. Like, you got states like New York, New Jersey is legal. You got DC, which is only 3 hours away. It's legal.
Yeah.
And then you got big ass Pennsylvania sitting here. Like, nah. At the end of the day, my personal opinion, I think they should just let people do what the fuck they want to do. People have the tendency to destroy themselves. We do it to ourselves. We do the damage to ourselves, and then we're left to pick up the pieces from it. Like, much of the time, you don't need anybody to take shit from you or chastise you about it, because you realize once you lose everything you thought was important, and then you really lose some shit that's actually important, you realize that you got to make lifestyle changes.
For sure.
I feel like that's the one thing where our laws don't necessarily help us. They in many cases they fuck us. Because it's not allowing people to, it's not giving people the opportunity to hold themselves accountable. And in that aspect is like, what kind of generation of people are we going to be raising then? You know what I mean?
A controlled one.
A controlled generation. And you telling people how to think, what to eat, when to drink. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was school like growing up for you down in Georgia? What was that like? Like the childhood?
Shout out my Stone Mountain Pirates, man.
Shout out.
Mountain. Yes, sir. Alumni was happening. School was, I was not the jock or the most popular kid. I just was the one that knew everybody. Everybody was cool with me because I just
sound like me.
You know what I mean? I think that's
I just cool with everybody.
Exactly. I'm cool with the football team and cool with the quote unquote nerds, which are the smart ones. You know what I mean?
Right.
No judgments here. I was not the AP student. Nor was I in the lower end class, if that makes sense, to be politically correct. But like I said, I knew everybody. I handled my stuff. I struggled with math. Still do to today. But it's
You
just
count some money though.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I take care of my life. You know
Facts,
what I mean?
facts.
You know what I mean? So yeah, school was cool, man. I went to Stone Mountain Middle, Stone Mountain High.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Stone Mountain. I feel like I heard that from somewhere before.
East Atlanta, man.
So you said you knew somebody that was down here. You came down here. Did you know anything about this place?
No, I never.
Because Bethlehem's small.
Yeah.
Bethlehem real small.
Never heard
Allentown
of it.
real small. So like it's always like one of them big jumps you hear, like people that come from like New York, like living in one of the boroughs, and they come to little old Allentown or Bethlehem, and it's like, what like culturally, what was the differences like? Was there anything like hurdles that you had to get over, like in that shit to do? I'm pretty sure there's a lot of shit to do in Atlanta. I've never been, but
yeah. It's basically the polar opposite, man. So only thing I heard about Pennsylvania was a Philly, a Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The normal stuff. I never heard about a Bethlehem or Allentown or Easton until I booked my ticket to come up here. You know what I mean? Till the people I knew told me that that's where they were staying. I'm like, okay, what is this? You know what I mean? So I get up here, automatically I get into it with road rage. You know what I mean? Because people
motherfuckers drive crazy out here, son. And they be ready to fight too.
Listen.
They'll pull their car over at a stoplight.
And hop out.
I've
done that. I'm not innocent.
I've done it too. I'm not proud of it. These are what
learning experiences. Yeah, you agreeing with that, man? It's not good. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that, bro. I had one of the most crazy. I think I told this story on the podcast before, but there's this one time, bro. This is like, remember George Floyd, that whole incident, cops killing them and everything.
Yeah.
This is like a really wild time. This is like right before the pandemic really takes off, things like that. But racial tensions was real big at the time. I'm not sure how it was down in Atlanta. I know there's a lot of black folk down there, but here you could definitely feel it. Like this is it. We live in a place where like it's real mixed. You know what I mean? It's very diverse. But even the people you expect to stand on one side of the fence when they talk about politics, sometimes they stand on the other. But this was at a time where, like I said, the whole George Floyd thing was going on, and bro, I was head, feet, and knee deep in this shit. I was running like a political campaign at the time and things like that. And bro, this one nigga caught me the right day in traffic, bro. And I ended up pulling a gun out on him, and I was gonna kill dude. Like I was honestly ready to kill this nigga. And my kids were in the car, bro. That shit fucked me up. It fucked me up. It really put in perspective that like, just as like a person, to get to a point where I was willing to take another person's life that didn't sit right with me. I was happy to know that I could do it if I needed to, but I realized that I never want to have to.
For sure. It's not worth it, man.
It's not worth it.
Yeah, that's not our thing. But the thing I'm learning as I get older is to just say, fuck you.
Except fuck you. That's a
You know
fact.
what I mean?
Sometimes it's not worth your time.
Yeah, it's definitely not. No.
This was at a time though where it's like I kind of had that same mindset too, where it's like I'll keep myself out of these situations because it's just like I don't want to deal with stupidity. But like, you know, caught me on the right day.
Yeah.
But what I will say is like I made drastic life changes. Like how you was kind of feeling naked and vulnerable when you lose your gun rights and things like that. I've willingly put mine down. You know what I'm saying? So I was, every day I would walk around, I carry a 9mm handgun every single day. I'm walking out the house. Just never know. You just never know.
Yeah, of course.
And then it seemed like the moment I stopped carrying a gun was the moment I stopped dealing with ignorant motherfuckers in public. It was kind of like I was like bringing that shit into my life in a way.
For sure.
And I'm going on what, like 4 years. That doesn't mean try to run up on me either, because I could fight.
Please don't.
Yeah, and I'm a nice guy. I'm a nice guy too. I'm a good guy. I'll say that. I'm a good guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
we're about peace now.
Yeah. I'm about peace and love, man. But it was a very big change for me because I'm so used to got my wallet, got my keys, got my phone, got my gun.
Yeah.
And now, like, you know, I'm going into these places, and there has been times where like I be in an area where I'm a little, I'll say it, not as comfortable as I probably could be, and then I'm just like, shit, I think if this spirals, I might have to actually be involved in something, and that's kind of a little bit of a helpless feeling too. But yeah, I want to talk about that a little bit. So you had a gun license? No. Didn't
need one. So I spent like 4 years in Mississippi with my great-grandfather, which is his birthday today. I want to put that out there.
Shout out.
Rest in peace. Rest in heavenly peace, sir. So no, it was an open carry state. I've been pulled over with my gun on a couple of occasions.
You felt comfortable just walking around with your gun exposed too?
Young and dumb, bro. I had it on my hip. I had a holster. I'm letting people know
that you holding.
If they would have bust on me first, then what?
Yeah.
Walking in the store. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not dumb. I don't invite that type of energy, but even having it like that invites that type of energy.
Yeah.
Hindsight tells you that. So I was cool. I didn't, like I said, I was stupid. Still had my road rage incidents, but I was more so calm when I had it because I was like, yo, I will use it, and I don't. It's gonna be every single day that I might use it.
That's a fact.
So I'm like, I'll just keep it on me, and then when it got taken from me, thank God, I've gotten into verbal stuff. I've literally have gotten into a physical altercation at work one time, but that's because this is just up here. They thought that I'm small.
Yeah. Testing the little nigga.
So I ended up having to bust a lip, you know what I mean? But like, that's not anything to brag about. It's more so like, I'm trying to be about peace now because I'm trying to make it.
Yeah,
in life.
Taking different avenues.
For sure.
Is that like because there's a lot of misconceptions about the South. Like you always hear like, I know you said Mississippi and Georgia, but like you hear like Texas, like everybody carries guns in Texas. Yeah. Is that like a normal thing, like where you came from as well?
Yeah, everybody has a gun. In Georgia, everyone has a gun. It's not scary to see an AR, AKs, a pistol, something. If you don't have it, people would think you're quote unquote lacking or whatever. You know what I mean? Which is stupid, but
that's interesting because I grew up around a lot of guns too. My mom kind of hood. I got hood ass uncles, things like that. So like it's not unfamiliar, but I'll say today, after being so far removed from like feeling the need to carry a gun all the time, it's definitely changed for me, like my perspective, like when people are carrying guns now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't be so willing to just hang around anymore.
Yeah.
Like before, there was a level of comfort. Like I see you got yours, but I got mine.
Exactly.
But now it's just like,
yo,
I don't even want to be around that shit.
Feel me?
Yeah,
because you might get the wrong impression of me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, thank God, like I said, don't lead that type of life. We live by peace. That don't mean we soft, but we just don't live like that. I call it maturity.
It definitely is a mature factor that comes into it because, it's there for your protection, but a lot of things can go wrong.
Yeah.
And like you said, like this nigga might see me and he might shoot first.
Yeah, exactly.
And it don't even matter.
Exactly.
I'm not out here lacking, but I still got kind of thing like that.
For sure.
When is the music come into this? Does the music come into this like when you make that move from Georgia? Has it always been there?
It's always been there.
It's always been there.
It's always been there. I grew up, man, I believe 5th grade, and this is just something that I was chosen for. Like when I was in the 5th grade, me and another student friend of mine did "Still I Rise" by Maya Angelou.
Oh shit! What, for like a talent show?
It was just I guess I don't even remember. I don't even remember what the show was. This was my first time saying, "Hey, I want you to do this." Like,
yeah,
I've always been growing up. I was always he's so cute. He's special. He's different. There's something about him. So, like I said, I don't say it cockily. I say it nowadays. Like I don't feel like I'm doing anything with my life as far as how I grew up. If that makes sense. Like I was always the one people noticed. So it was that, and then like I said, I'm from Atlanta, so it's nothing to see a star if that makes sense. So Zaytoven came to my class. You know who Zaytoven is?
Yeah. The producer.
Yeah,
he came to like your class like in when you was a kid
for career day. Yeah, he
Holy
literally
shit.
sat in the chair just like you sitting right now and talked to my whole class.
That's fire.
So when I saw that in person, I was like, "Yo, I can touch you right now."
Right.
And that was something. He gave us his phone number. He gave us an email.
Wow.
He was like, "Yo, if you serious about this," which I wasn't at the time in 6th grade or whatever, hit me up. I took it as, I got a celebrity's number. Let me blow him up real quick, So that lasted about a day.
He was a kid, man.
Yeah,
It was a kid
for
shit,
sure,
yeah.
a whole kid. So that lasted a day. But that was like the first introduction, and then it just transpired. I started doing talent shows. I danced, so I started doing Michael Jackson.
Oh shit!
I started to do all type of stuff, and then
that was gonna be one of my questions. Do you have any hidden talents?
Oh yeah, I kind of told on myself. But yeah, because everybody don't know that. Nobody really knows that up here. Nobody knows that except for my homies.
Yeah.
But, that was it. I came home one day, and Tip is my favorite artist from Atlanta. So
okay.
I came home one day. It was just like, yo, let me see what it is to write a song. Of course, it was his song. It was What You Know. Shout out Tip. I just wrote it, the lyrics that I thought I knew, of course, and I was like, let me see what it is to write this down in a composition and recite it as if I'm finna go record this.
Yeah.
So it started with that, and that I never took music by itself seriously. It was just always the entertainment aspect. Kept doing talent shows. I danced at the Tupac Center. For a minute.
Shit.
Yeah, and like I said, the music really came once I got to Mississippi. This was when I'm lying. I was in Atlanta still, and I had some homies that they was trying to do it, but we was just pulling up beats from websites and stuff and just creating songs as if we was releasing the beats or whatever.
Yeah.
But I recorded my first song in 2016. It's called Twerk It Out. It's on YouTube now. It's probably like 6-7 years old.
Go
now.
look that up.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's not the one I brag about now. It's not like
but it's your first. That's a
song.
monumental moment.
Sure.
Like I remember the first time I dropped my first song.
Okay.
You probably sitting there like, damn man, why when these views gonna start getting to like 2,000?
I didn't even look at it like that. I thought I was gonna hit and blow this just like that. I ain't put no footwork behind it, no promotions, no none of that. I just drop the song, it's out.
Yeah.
You know me from Atlanta, so check me out, and
Facts.
then it's just gonna blow. But of course,
it don't work out like that. Yeah.
it's the first time you've heard the name of the song, so
I remember like that feeling, bro, of dropping it, and it was kind of that same thing where it's like I didn't necessarily think I was gonna blow, but I was expecting like
something.
couple thousand, and I'm sitting there and I'm wondering like if people are actually listening. Like, and I'll be honest, like the first time I ever dropped a song and waited to see how many views it was gonna get, kind of set me onto a path into which how I kept like all throughout my music journey, doing music and then stopping and then doing music and stopping. Because I'm a lot like you in that aspect where it's like, I did my first like real like performance in 5th grade as well.
Okay.
But I sang.
Okay.
And I did that, and then I did a play when I was in 3rd grade, and that also had a singing role.
Okay.
But I'm a lot like you, where it's kind of like I like to entertain.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
sure.
It's fun to like kind of be the star for that moment.
Yeah.
And then, but you get to the point where like you start creating your own music, and then you realize like, yo, these motherfuckers ain't
Not
listening
bro.
like y'all thought they was.
They're not listening. They don't see me, man.
No, yeah, it's a very humbling experience.
Yeah, for sure.
But that mindset was always what pushed me out the door. It's like, fuck this. Nobody's listening. I'm putting all this time and effort in.
Yeah.
I'm investing money.
Yeah.
I'm putting music videos together, collaborations, and you motherfuckers don't value this shit. Fuck y'all.
And I go through that now.
Yeah.
I'm literally just trying to pick it back up like now because we still releasing songs. I got a producer. I got people that I actually collaborate with. You know what I mean? So it's like now I'm at the point of like, okay, this is what I know from Atlanta, how we need to move. We need to step. We need to be selling stuff out the trunk. We need to be pushing this stuff. And then it's like I said, the culture is different, so they don't fully grasp what I'm saying as far as the hustle side of it.
Yeah.
It's more than just dropping the songs and waiting for the views. Like I said, I want to go back to what you said. I did plays and stuff too. So I did The Wiz. I did all type of stuff.
That's fire.
Yeah, I did like.
See, I knew I liked this thing.
I did all type. I was a munchkin, but hey, I was in the play.
Hey,
you know
man.
what I mean?
Yo, it's something just about being part of something that's bigger than yourself.
Yeah.
It's always been something like fascinating, and people get bad raps for like when you get to high school, the theater kids hang with the theater kids. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, like the club, like the swimming team is gonna be with the swimming team.
For sure.
And typically you don't get to blur lines, but I was one of those people who's like, yo, if I'm good at it, I want to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
But when I got to high school, I didn't have that same perspective. I kind of fell into the mold as well. I was cool with everybody, but I stuck to what I knew. I played football and I wrestled. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't really step outside the lines. I think that's one of the places where like I kind of did myself a disservice, which is like in areas where I could have been true to myself, I wasn't.
Yeah, limiting yourself.
Yeah,
The opinion of others. I joined the wrestling team. I didn't have a match, but I joined the wrestling team and I stuck to the talent shows. I knew that that's okay. If you give me a play or some type of entertainment, something, I'm gonna sign up for that.
I could do this shit.
Yeah, I could do that. So like I said, I did Get on the Bus. I did different type of plays from middle school all the way up through high school.
I think that's so fire, bro. Why? What was it that like caused you to gravitate to things like that? Because especially like, I mean, you grew up in Georgia, so there's probably a lot more black people than when I grew up. Here in Allentown, I've lived here my entire life, so there's like I said, it's mad like blended. So you got a bunch of Spanish people, you got Middle Eastern, black, white. It's a good mix. So like, I mean, when you were a kid, did you grow up around a lot of other black people?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, so it wasn't nothing like outlandish to kind of be involved in like a play or anything like that.
No, nobody judged. I mean, they laughed because I was small and I was a munchkin. But other than that, like that was just some bullying. Oh, he's small type of stuff. But no, we had white kids, we had Mexican kids.
Okay,
it was not as divided as it is up here. Like if you were white or you were Mexican, you were in a predominantly black area. So if you're cool, then you cool.
Valid. Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But if you want to be different, then all right, you stay to yourself, and we're not gonna mess with you, but you ain't finna mess with us either, type stuff.
Facts.
So, yeah, it just went from that point.
Okay. Is there anything that like you wish up here had like home has?
Opportunities.
What do you mean by opportunities?
I don't know where I can pull up and maximize an open mic night is what I mean to say. Okay. Or where I can just keep popping out. In Atlanta, it's something going on every weekend.
All the time.
Every night probably. On a Tuesday, you can go pull up to a club. Somebody's gonna be 9 times out of 10, some type of celebrity's gonna pull up, or they know about it. You kind of almost expect people to pull up. Yeah. You know what I mean? Up here, I haven't seen one person famous come up here yet. If that makes sense. Like, no disrespect, but
nah.
I'm from Georgia, so I
yeah.
haven't seen that yet.
Y'all like the city of stars. Y'all like the City of Stars.
And I don't see the support either. Like
the support is, I would probably say, is the biggest thing.
yeah.
I would say that. And you know what always threw me off? And this is where like I've always prided myself is like I created this platform just so people feel included.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this whole thing is about. It's like giving people a platform to share their stories and for this to be an inclusive space for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We all got a voice. We all got a story. I want you up here to talk about it. And I want to talk about it with you. Down here, something that I've always noticed is like how you said, it's like there's not like a whole lot of networking.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the people, they stay in their cliques,
Mm-hmm.
or they stay to their crews, they stay to their engineers
Mm-hmm.
and things like that. There isn't a lot of meshing
Yeah.
amongst artists. And the most fucked up thing is that I always say is if niggas could actually support each other,
Mm-hmm.
like for the craft. I'm not saying support people that you don't like the content that they create. You don't like the music they make. You don't like the message they push. I don't expect you to support some shit like that.
Yeah.
But if you could respect what he's doing, you respect how he moves, you respect the message he's pushing, why not?
It just don't happen up here. Everybody's so selfish.
Yeah.
For lack of better terms.
I agree with that.
Yeah, it's
I agree
me,
with
me,
that.
me. It's how am I gonna make it?
Yeah.
That way I can stun on you.
Yeah, how does this benefit me?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what role do I play? How do I get some shine off of this versus this is what I can do and this is how you can be benefited by it. So let me offer my services. to
Yeah.
you. I respect you because you are the unicorn. You are using your platform to bring other people up. Like that. You're the first person maybe I've seen up here.
This is the fun part about what I get to do. Cause I have motherfuckers from a hole in the wall. Like I don't know these niggas from a grain of salt.
Exactly.
But like I said, I'll be honest, bro, I still don't even know your first name. True. To me, it doesn't even matter. What is your first name?
For sure. Demond.
Yeah. Got you. I like that.
I appreciate it.
But it didn't even matter.
Yeah.
It did not matter to me. We chopped it up.
Yep.
We linked up. We've been in constant communication. Our fucking story, like our life story, is similar in many aspects.
For sure.
Like it doesn't matter, bro. It's deeper. The bonds that I get an opportunity to create through my creative processes are far deeper than anything, any amount of monetary value you can add to it. Like money's cool, but motherfuckers lose money every day.
For sure.
Motherfuckers gain money every day. You know what I'm saying? And we talked about this before the camera turned on. It's funny how we went back to this. What is the real value that you're bringing to the people that you associate with, to the people you work alongside, to the communities that you live in? What's the real value of what you bring? And I feel like this show, even though it's still so new, this show is going to be something that continues to give everything value. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not from here.
Right.
But there's going to be a lot of motherfuckers that watch this episode and now know this nigga is here. He lives here. He creates here. He's down a network here. You know what I'm saying? Like, and bro, and I take pride in that because like you said, there's not a lot of people doing it. Yeah. Everybody's looking out for self.
Exactly.
Bro, I just like fucking around, talking to people, learning new shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you wouldn't imagine how many people I know personally that have never done anything that I do. Whether it's performing, it's a show, play sports, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I'm always like, I have to continue to broaden who I associate with because I was never expecting you to say no shit like, yo, I used to do plays and talent shows. Like that was the last thing I was expecting for you to say today, bro. I swear to God.
That's crazy.
I swear to God. What are some of the musical influences?
Ooh. Yes.
I want to talk about this because when you were a kid, you got Zaytoven showing up. You know what I'm saying? You saying Tip is your favorite artist. You know what I'm saying? So like musical influences, and how did they contribute to you wanting to create for yourself?
That's a great question, bro. I never got asked that before.
I try.
Nah, you good, bro. That's why I respect. You got to go live with this. I wanted to throw that in there. You definitely got to go live.
Oh, we are live.
No, I'm talking about take the show live,
like
record live, and go different places and have a mobile camera. Like
that's definitely something I'm planning to do. I got invited out. Shout out to my man D from XFFL. He runs the XFFL Flag Football League. He invited me out to the flag football tournament in July. I think it's like July 23rd or something like that.
Okay.
I'm going to be out there live.
Mm-hmm.
I might have to pull over my man Ghost to bring him out too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
be
I'd
part of the
appreciate
culture, get to know some of the folks. You know what I'm saying?
I'd appreciate
Network. But that is something that I'm starting to do as well. So
Okay.
it's fire that you brought it up, bro.
Hey man, I see it. And I can only say what I'm led by spirit. So
Facts,
I can only go off that. But to answer your question, let's see. So it started out. I'm gonna give him his flowers. The very first person that I was interested in musically was Omarion.
Omarion had an era.
You know what I mean?
He had an era.
That You Got Served drop, that was like
Facts.
the GOAT, you know what I mean? And then it led over to Usher. I got his CD as a Christmas present, and I cried. I didn't expect that, you know what I mean? That is not something I was like. I just saw the present, and I was like, yo, I'm in love with this idea of, you know what I mean, this artist. So then Chris Brown is my GOAT.
Don't bang on the table. I don't want the
Sorry.
frequency. Nah, you good.
I'm sorry. I mean that. But, no, excuse me first. First is Michael Jackson. First is Michael Jackson.
Facts. You got to give flowers to the GOAT.
Michael Jackson. Then Chris Brown, of course, like I said. Tip, obviously all Atlanta artists, Luda, Yin Yang, mess with. I don't want to be biased towards Atlanta because Jay 50 had a run.
I mean, shit. But Atlanta done birthed so much of what the hip hop sound is today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like for the four artists that you named just right off the jump, bro, are for the biggest artists in the entire music industry.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like Chris Brown, Omarion was big at one point with the whole B2K and the acting, and then you like Tip he had an era in the early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? I was like up there with 50 Cent as far as numbers and things of that nature. So. Nah, I don't think it's a bias thing, bro, because Atlanta gets hella love for what they contribute to hip hop and music in totality. Yeah. So I respect it. Do you listen to a lot of singers or do you listen to more hip hop? Because you named a couple of R&B artists.
Yeah, I'm generally, I ain't gonna lie, I listen to more. I forget what the genre of it is, but it's more so like R&B hip hop type thing, not just straight rap.
You mean like alternative?
No. Okay. I don't mean like rock or anything like that. I'm talking about it may be, but it's more so the Zen R&B hip hop type stuff.
Okay.
Like
you got some examples?
I mean, I have to say Chris again because the stuff that he puts out, a lot of people I don't even think pays attention to, but it ain't the number ones like the Pills and Automobiles. The number. I'm talking about like I have albums that I can name off songs that maybe nobody knows.
Nobody even knows. Yeah.
You know
he has a
I mean?
long ass fucking catalog.
For sure.
Didn't he drop like an album with like 60 songs on there? Some crazy shit.
He did it twice, like 45 songs a piece, 2 double CDs. I'm like, bro, and
that's
I know
crazy.
All the songs on there, like that's literally, you know what I mean?
My boy Marcel, who's supposed to be coming up here in a couple weeks. That nigga loves Chris Brown. I remember the day he sent me that one album with like 40, 60 songs, whatever it was. He's like, yo, this whole shit's fire. I was like, Marcel, I'm not listening to fucking 50 fucking songs, bro.
And I could tell you all the songs on there. You know what I mean?
I respect it though. I respect it.
You know what I mean? But
I definitely respect it. Myself, I'm a little disappointed. I ain't gonna hold you.
Wow.
I'm a little disappointed. You ain't say Outkast.
That is obvious. I was talking to my homeboy about this yesterday. When you say stuff like that, it is obvious to us, to a Georgia person.
Yeah.
Of course, Outkast.
Okay.
Of course, a Future. Of course, you know what I mean.
Okay.
Ludacris. Of course, like that's not a question. They man.
Nah, I get it though, because you were also saying like I don't want to be biased, so I get it, because you probably got a whole list.
I'm not thinking about them because they already in my head. I ain't thinking about it, but I give you Elevators and all the stuff that they got. I'm like, come on, man.
We gotta have a kickback, bro. we just chop it up off camera, fucking vibe out.
That 3K verse on the Elevators that not enough loot to last me to the end of the week. I live by the beat like you live. I made sure I learned
check
that.
to check.
Like, come
if it don't move your feet, then I don't eat it.
We like neck to neck. Like, come on. Like, I made sure I learned that.
Facts.
Like that, of course. Like that is not a thing.
That's
like,
facts.
Yeah.
Yo, it's so funny that was the bar that came up. My godfather. Shout out to my godfather Raul.
Shout out.
He was one of the first people that introduced me to Outkast. But I got into their catalog by myself.
Okay.
And then years later, I had come up to him when I was maybe like 16, 17. And he was like, you know, when I realized that 3K was like the go to this shit. And then, bro, he spit that exact bar. He's like, that's how I knew this nigga, like, he was gonna be here for a long time. I was like, that's a hell of a, like, just right off the cuff, bro. Just how you just did. That's fire.
Sure. Like, that is, like I said, that goes into the no disrespect, the obvious side of things.
Right.
Like, that's like,
Right.
man, you can't not say them, but it's just like when you say as far as influence, like the person I aspired to be in my younger day, who I thought I was,
Yeah.
of course it was Tip, you know what I mean? And nowadays is when as I dip more into my soulful side or R&B side of things, it would be Chris, it would be Michael. Michael, I can't explain Michael. Michael's Michael.
It's very hard to explain somebody that fucking pretty much ran music for damn near 25 years.
And when I tell you I wish I was there, like I reminisced off the videos and stuff. We got some music as I was coming up. You older than me, so you can remember Michael putting out some music later on. You know what I mean?
You know, it's crazy. I heard Michael music like in passing until I got old enough to look it up myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Honestly, I came up on like 90s hip hop, late 80s like R&B and soul, 90s R&B and soul. So like a lot of that shit is what like is like ingrained in me. You know what I mean? And my grandmother, like, what was it? I'm pretty sure it was Prince. My grandmother was a big Prince fan, so.
Okay. My aunt is a Prince fan.
Yeah. And I don't get that shit either, like where people felt like they had to pick sides.
Yeah.
Like, good music is good music, bro.
I wasn't into that.
Is there any artist that like you don't buy into? Like a lot of people like, oh, all right. So like a good example for me, I like Lil Baby.
Okay.
Not the biggest Lil Baby fan though.
Okay.
A lot of the music sounds the same to me.
Okay.
So I'm not as bought in. I listen to like a lot of the stuff that's like pretty much that's popular, like that everybody kind of knows.
Okay.
But like the other music, it all kind of sounds the same, and I really don't like the message, so I don't really buy in that much.
Okay.
But I respect him. I respect what he does. I respect his craft. I respect the fact that he works hard. Motherfuckers stay putting out music, but the music, not too big of a fan.
I respect that. That's your opinion.
Yeah.
Of course.
So is there any artists, because you named a lot of legendary ones, it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is there any people that aren't as high on your list as far as music?
Well, I mean, I probably would sound like you just spit your opinion, I could spit mine, but I have to say about Lil Baby, like, I do fuck with him like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, I met him, and I didn't know how big he was when I actually met him. So I have to tell you about that.
Yeah, let's hear it.
All right, so I did security for who's now my big brother. But the first celebrity that actually made me feel like they saw me, I have a picture with Tip and Meek Mill, by the way.
Okay.
But the first celebrity that actually made me feel human was DC Young Fly.
Big shout out to DC. I fuck with DC Young
That's
Fly.
my brother right there, like for sure. Like we you know, years in now, so that's my brother. What?
Look at,
He's the one who made the remix of Cha Cha.
yeah.
But, so yeah, that's my brother. What's up? You want to?
Oh no. I thought you were gonna keep going.
yeah,
as far as for DC Young Fly.
Yeah. So like I said, that's my guy. I did a little security. I wasn't like official with it, but like I said, he brought me in as a brother. You know what I mean?
Right.
He showed me what it's like behind the scenes. Makes me feel like, okay, that's like I told you how Zaytoven pulled up to our, like I literally have personal stories with this guy, so that's family forever. I don't care. Nobody can tell me nothing bad about
That's what's
the
up.
gang. Like nobody.
I actually just went and seen him. What was it, like 2 months ago? Me and my wife, we got some tickets to go see the tour that they was on. DC Young Fly, Mike Epps, Chico Bean. It was a great show too. Funny as hell. But this nigga, like, I love the way he closed out his set, because this was just a couple weeks after like losing
Jackie.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
You know, his woman and things like that.
Yeah.
And he went up there and his set was funny, but it was a lot more introspective. And what threw me off guard was the fact that when you watch him on shows like Wild 'N Out, or you watch him like just like on YouTube or doing like the roasting sessions, you don't really get to figure out how deep a person is. You know what I'm saying? But watching him that set a couple months ago, it definitely changed my perspective to who he is. You know, like it went from him just being an entertainer, a funny guy, who's kind of musically talented too, which is kind of crazy because you see it on the I-95 shit.
85 South.
Yeah, the 95 South shit. It also put in perspective like, yo, this is a man that's really been battle tested.
For sure.
I respect the fuck out of that because he's famous. Like he can go anywhere at the very least in this country, and everybody and people are gonna know who he is. So we have this thing as regular people where we kind of put celebrities on a pedestal and we forget that they're people too.
For sure.
But then they go through some real shit and they get to reflect on it in front of you, and then it really puts you back in that space like, damn.
Yeah. You're human.
He's going through shit like I'm going through shit.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And honestly, that shit almost made me tear up, bro. Because I didn't know he was gonna get that heavy. But I'm a big fan of DC Young Fly, his endeavors and things like that. And not only that, he's funny as fuck.
Yeah, I know. Like I told you, nobody could tell me anything bad about him because I know personally that he has faith in God. He literally told me out his mouth. I asked him, how do you stay solid when, of course, he'll get tested way more than me and you get tested at this moment. You know what I mean? He has
access to things we don't know nothing about.
Millions of people will have an opinion about him, and then it'll be a general consensus. And I asked him, like, how do you stay positive about that? It's funny, I'm looking at positive on the back of your laptop right now. That's crazy. And he told me out his mouth, as he would say, stay prayed up. Like, literally, to hear that come out his mouth personally, like on some one-on-one type stuff, like that, like I said, he's human to me, like that's brother. Like,
so how did that like affect you? Not only like what you think of him, not only to the fact that you realize he's a person, but what did those words coming from him in a moment where he could have been like, fuck out my face, little nigga, or he could have been like, yo man, just focus on what you're doing.
Yeah.
But the words that come out of his mouth is pray.
Like I said, it goes back because we was already locked in at that point. So like I said, his family, like me and him, we have, you know, one-on-one moments where it's like, it's not just, oh, I saw him in concert sitting at the on set, but it's literally, yo, I'm talking to you, sitting on the couch right next to you, talking to you about, yo, I'm struggling, bro. Like, help me. Can you help me? You made it. You know what I mean? Help me out. Like, and my bad. Shout out Carlos and shout out Chico, by the way.
Big shout out.
So like to hear those words personally, not on some media trained answer, not on some like he's not that type of dude. He is battle tested for sure, and even worse with, you know, his baby mom gone, you know, his wife. So
did you take his words and implement them into your life?
That was like literally as I was going through my case. So to hear him say that was like I chose that to be some solid, faithful, grounding type stuff, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, okay, because when I leave you, I'm going back to my life and I got to go deal with this case. And I don't know if they finna give me these 15 years or not. I need a lawyer. I need all this type of stuff. I don't know what's about to happen to me, bro. I'm trying to keep taking advantage of this opportunity in the right ways, of course, being there. But to hear, like I said, to hear those words, it's like, yo, okay, if you're telling me that and everybody, oh, if you made it and you did some stuff with the devil and I see you get down on your knees and pray. Yeah. I see that. And it lets me know, I don't care if I never make it. I'm going to keep my faith in God.
That's a fact. It's funny. A couple years ago, I started to really to put my faith in God a couple years ago. And it was with depression. I had went through like a real bout with depression. And bro, it was like this feeling of constant, just like internal turmoil. And it felt like some shit that I was never gonna be able to break. And even to this day, almost 4 years later, bro, I still deal with some of the things. I'm not even gonna hold you. But I'm not where I was. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that I no longer feel like it's solely up to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I can offload some of these things that are just heavy as fuck to carry.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
You know? And bro, I honestly I don't pray every day.
Me neither.
I don't read no Bibles. You know what I'm saying? But the presence is always felt.
Mm-hmm.
And the way my life works out, the way that it does,
Mm-hmm.
it shows that somebody's behind the scenes pulling strings for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, just as hectic as it was to even get here to do this show, you know what I'm saying, was a lot. Because what if I didn't have it? Or what if, you know, this morning I told myself first thing in the morning, put the camera on the charger.
Mm-hmm. Didn't do it.
I ain't do that shit. I ain't do that shit till 5 o'clock.
Makes sense.
I wasn't even sure I was gonna have enough battery to fucking shoot the episode.
Makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? I've never shot a podcast here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the lighting's gonna be like. I don't know what the setup gonna be like. I don't know nothing. You get a call right before the show. It could have been far more important than what it was, and you could have had to get out of here. But everything worked out the way that it has.
Because of God.
And it worked out perfectly. As stressful as today was, it played out exactly as it should have.
Mm-hmm.
You
And
know
look
what I
where
mean?
we at, bro. You talking about you were able to switch locations because of like, we went to. I don't know if you want to put it out there. This is your spot.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Look
Yeah.
at, like if you feel discouraged about not being in, come here. Know that you got keys to a building.
Yeah.
You feel me? This is y'all's. You know what I mean? You can't. I look at that as that's motivation and be like, yo, that falls into the. He said we good. That stuff is attainable. Like I can reach some type of pillars in life. Like don't feel discouraged when you got your son right here, bro. You got a whole son right here.
He said, I feel you.
You got a wife, bro. Like you doing things that I'm still looking for personally. I want a family. I want somebody who cares about me. Every relationship that I've ever been in has been them abusing me and taking advantage of me. I'm not perfect. I ain't no saint by far.
Right.
But for the fact that somebody's still holding you down, caring through thick and thin, quote unquote, of course I'm still looking for that.
Right.
I'm still looking.
Thank you. I appreciate that, bro.
No problem, bro.
Sometimes I'll be honest. Okay. Sometimes, because life is heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Life is heavy. Life is real heavy. And sometimes I gotta remember that I am blessed.
You are.
Cause sometimes, bro, it gets so hard to just see past the stress of like everyday life. But thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem. Only you know that stress.
It's hard to say anything. Thank you.
You're welcome. Only you know that stress. Let me tell you what I saw when I first met you. I saw somebody. I didn't see you perform. I got there after you performed. So I saw the clips, though. You still did your thing from what I saw. So
I appreciate it.
What I saw, I didn't know that you had kids. I saw that you had a unit.
Yeah.
I saw that you was over there. Like, the energy was solid. It was, yo, we over here. Like, we somebody. We doing something over here. Like, I didn't know you did the podcast. I didn't even know you performed. Like I said, we got to know that. But initially, it was on some solid foundation type stuff, bro. And to see that, I'm not surprised that you doing what you doing. Like, yeah, it don't surprise me,
bro. I just want to bring as many people into that as possible, as many good people in there. I should say that. Let me rephrase that. As many good people as I possibly can into the things that I've been trying to build my entire existence.
For sure.
Because at the end of the day, like, I know all this is good. All this is fine and dandy, but the real work is being done so that way when this is over for me, I have left something of value behind. You know what I mean? And I'm grateful. My son is over here playing the engineer for the day. Shout out my man Staffa. Shout out Josh, AFK, Gaming Lounge. But today we're here at our daycare center, Miles of Smiles Learning Center. Shout out to my wife. And I had no engineer today. Staffa had real life issues going on. And I asked my son, hey, do you want to come in and be the engineer? And my son is over here putting his Pokemon cards together, watching the 1s and 2s.
Multitasking
like a motherfucker.
What? Oh, they're handling business, man. Over there doing it,
you
bro.
know, yeah. But it brings me great joy to be able to have moments like this. And I hope that when this is all over and he gets a chance to look back and somebody asks him about his father, that he gets to reflect on these moments where he's like, yo, my dad taught me a bunch of things. My dad let me sit in on his work. He didn't exclude me from it. My dad, I hope he has, and all of my kids, I hope they all have stories like that. Because God knows I try. And some days I'm better at it than others, but
it's life.
Yeah, but I try my best to be that for what I didn't have. You know what I'm saying? I mean, did you grow up with a dad?
Yeah, I did.
If you don't want to touch on it, we don't got to touch on it.
Nah, it's cool. It's life. Like I want somebody to know. You know what I mean? Therapy don't help. But yeah, my mother made me run away from my father. On some influential type stuff. On some run away from me. Like, don't y'all want to be here with me? I didn't have a chance to literally choose.
It's like she made you pick a side.
Exactly. Because she was fighting him.
Yeah.
She said, either you got my back or you don't. And then, I was forced to choose. My dad.
That's a tough spot to be in for a child. That's a tough spot to be in as an adult. And that's not fair, bro.
I'm dealing with that now. The results of that. Now, this is why I'm 27 and don't have my own place and have lost things, have lost people that have been in my corner, have abused them. I've seen stuff. I've seen people get abused verbally, physically. You know what I mean? I've seen her fight. Literally, she's a fighter. That's who she is. Like, I'm not going to put all her personal. Nobody knows who she is.
Yeah.
Unless you know me. But then again, the stuff that I'm saying, if you know me, you already know.
Yeah.
So that's why I can feel comfortable telling that. Like, she is the troublemaker. And then she was like again, like on some manipulative stuff. If you don't have my back, then you with them.
Yeah.
You're the enemy. And against my own father. My father was the one that took me to the Braves games, bought me bikes, motorcycles, me and my brother, you know what I'm saying? Introduced me to sound systems in the car, you know what I mean? All type of stuff that I appreciate now. But ever since that happened, I never had the same, and I fought for it, I begged, I cried, I pleaded, I prayed. Never had the same relationship with him ever again. We good, but we're not.
It ain't what you wish it could be.
It ain't what it should have been.
What it should have been. That's a hard thing, man. And I know there's people that don't look like you and I that have that same challenge. My thing wasn't exactly the same. But this is a common theme amongst black men and not having father figures for whatever the reason, and it's always some stereotypical shit, which is crazy. You're dealing with petty women, the system, drugs, gangs, or just somebody who simply was fucking and wasn't ready for the responsibilities that come out of it. But it's a reoccurring theme amongst black boys and black men, and then we're the product of something that
we had no control.
Has no boundaries, has no foundation, has no nothing, and we're left to pick up the pieces. And at 18 years old, regardless of whether you got the knowledge of a 10-year-old boy and the skill set of a 7-year-old boy, you're a grown man to the state, and your fuck ups and your mistakes and your poor choices. From lack of knowledge,
they define you now.
Yeah, now that's what follows you. That's what determines who you are, your value as a man to this world. Yeah, it's a real fucked up game we all have to play from time to time, bro. And I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Nah, I mean, it's not for you to say sorry. I appreciate it, but it ain't on you, bro. It's something that I have to wear.
Well, I'm saying sorry for the aspect of I understand. I understand. And I'm trying to hold it together.
You good. Shit, let it out.
Because, bro, it touches a sore spot for me because the moment I got to meet my dad, the opportunity was pretty much taken shortly after. So a little bit of backstory. My father was a functioning addict all throughout college, everything, but it spiraled after college. And he dressed it up really well that he wasn't as bad as he was. I met him at 14 years old. And when it got really bad when I was 16, and then it worsened when I was 18. And one day I got a call from my little brother's mom. He's like, hey, your dad's down in Virginia. I don't know how long he's going to survive. You should get down there and see him. So I drive 6 hours, me and my girl, my mom, which is now my wife. We drive down to Virginia and I see him. And bro, he was never the same. Whoever beat him up beat the dog shit out of him, to the point where like just mentally he's not the same. For the next 3 years after that, he was breathing out of a trach from his throat. The mental capacity just isn't there. He can't hold conversations. He kind of just like smiles and just agrees with pretty much everything. So the man I thought I was once gonna the man I thought I was gonna be able to have at some point, it wasn't that. And it was a relationship that I wish it could have played out differently. And I think it could have, but I don't know. What I will say is for years and years and years, I asked my mother, where's my dad? Where's my dad? Where's my dad? And I got a bunch of different answers. But when I was 14, I was persistent. This was like around the time like Sidekicks was out and shit. So the internet's decent. And we found my father in one day. We went 14 years of not knowing where the fuck he was, and we found him in one day. And later on that night, him, my grandmother, my little brother, and my aunt showed up at my door 5 hours after finding him. You know what I mean? And that's just like, I can't even explain how that feeling was. And it was a lot of everything. You know what I'm saying? And everybody sees this, but it's a lot like you, where it's like you still gotta wear it. You still gotta wear it. And I wake up every day and I put my best foot forward, but the feelings of not having something that is vital, what I deem vital because I realize what I am to them, it's still a hurdle I have to learn to jump every day, just as you. So I was saying, my brother.
Likewise.
My brother.
For sure.
Yo, I appreciate you coming up here, dog. I didn't know what to expect. I mean, shit, I had a bunch of questions written in the phone, and I'm glad we didn't follow the questions, because some of the podcasts, people come up here for very different reasons. Some people come up here to promote music. Some people come up here to teach people. Some people come up here just to bullshit or tell their story. Today, I've had you fill out the questionnaire, and the questionnaire, you gave your answers, but I don't know, part of me felt like it was necessary to get to know the man, because when we linked up after the music session, we walked out. I'm not sure if you remember what you said to me. Do you remember? You stopped me before you jump in the Uber and you go, yo, listen, I want to say thank you for inviting me. You said, I want to say thank you for inviting me. Listen, I'm not from here. I don't know a lot of people, but I fuck with you. And I just want to let you know, I'm not no fuck nigga. I'm a real nigga. You got me, I got you.
Straight up.
And then you hit me in the chest twice, and then we dapped each other up, and you get in the car. And I stood there, I waited till you drove off, and I was like, I like that nigga. that was what I said. I jumped in the car and I drove off. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's been since the day you walked through the doors of the art house, but I was like, I like this nigga.
I appreciate it. Likewise, bro. Just like-minded individuals.
Facts.
You doing your thing. I'm trying to get to a point where I'm doing mine. It's like we have the mindset of trying to help each other out. Of trying to build. Like I want to figure out how I can help you. You're using your platform to help. What can I do to help you? What did I ask you? Do you need help setting up anything?
Yeah. You came in here still jacking up, man. Just get comfortable. Today's about you.
It ain't never about me, bro. Like, that's not what God said. God said you're supposed to be helping everybody else, no matter. Like, I hope I get seen in a good light, but my purpose is to be the best person I could be, helping others.
It's to serve.
Exactly.
Yeah. I can't even talk right now, man. I'm fucking speechless. Yo, listen, let them know we didn't get to talk a lot about the music.
How much time we got? Why you
we're out of time, actually. That's why he put his hand over his mouth, because it's like we're out of time.
Time to go.
But I do want you to let everybody know where they can find the music. This man is a great fucking artist.
I appreciate
and
that.
Just for this episode, I'm gonna change the intro. intro or outro, both of them maybe, I don't know. But I'm going to change one of the intros or the outros or maybe both. And I'm going to put up the song Toxic that me, Ghost 55, Zeta God, and Loud Pack did together. We created some dope shit, and it has not been heard by the masses yet. But we're going to premiere this shit on the Dope Individuals Only podcast. I'm going to make sure I let all the fellas know, but we're going to do that shit so people can definitely hear what the fuck you up to now.
I appreciate that, bro.
But let them know where they can find the music, where they can get in contact with you, where to follow you, everything.
All right, so start with the Instagram, Ghost 5_5 or Ghost _5_5, one of those two. Just type me in, man. You can find me on Spotify, YouTube, all streaming platforms. Just trying to make it legit, trying to make it work. I'm not a cocky person. I just want the support. You know, if you like it, let me know. You know what I mean? Hit me up. TikTok. What is it? Ghost _5596888. And it's a long one, but we're doing it on the podcast. So rewind it, man. Get it.
And I'm gonna put all the links in the description too, just in case.
For sure.
But I always like to give people an opportunity to shout themselves out.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff. I hate that we didn't get into the music. Hopefully you have me back for another one.
Nah. Everybody that has been on this show once has gotten an invite to come up twice because every single time I finish a conversation, there's always things we didn't get to touch on.
For sure, then.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Anything you wanted to know, I'm sorry to cut you off.
Nah, honestly, I wasn't intending on it, but I did want to. I came in here and I got to know the man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I know the artist. I know what the artist is capable of. I watched this man write a whole fucking verse in about 15 minutes, go in there and perform it in one fucking take, and then come out the studio. I swear to God, I know he knows it was a fucking good take. And he comes out the studio and he says, "Yo, you think I should do it again?"
Yo, for sure.
Like, get this nigga out of here, bro.
I'm not gonna be the one to be like, "Oh, I just killed that."
Fuck that, nigga. No. You gotta. I understand. Somebody told me, you ever look up the definition of humble?
No.
When you get an opportunity, you look up the definition of humble. And this is the day I stopped being humble. It's not the fact that I'm not cocky either, but we've been lied to about the word humble. We are not less than. And we can't carry ourselves as less than.
For sure.
We serve people because we have the God-given ability to serve people. But that has to come from a place of us being at our highest greatness.
For sure.
So when you get home, you look up the word humble and you hit me and we'll talk about it.
All right, bet that.
All right?
I got you, bro.
All right, is there anything else you want to say?
Is there anything else you want to do? I hate this, bro. Why would
Nah. Listen, I'm golden. I'm definitely we're gonna have another one up here. I got a bunch of creative ideas as well. About trying to get artists up here, multiple artists, and chopping it up and things of that nature. So I got some things I'm gonna be doing in the next couple weeks and months. But we're definitely gonna have to do this again so we can get to the music side of things, and let people know that. But you new here, and I'm glad people got to know who the man is because I feel like it's much easier to find people you support when you know who the man is.
That's true.
We know the person behind the music. You know, you fuck with DC Young Fly, but you really fuck with DC Young Fly the moment you got to talk to him.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So
for sure.
I hope that people take away what I got to take away and what I got to learn. Nigga almost had me crying up here, bro.
Get out of here, man. It's just what life is,
I respect it because I got to bond with you. I feel like I got to bond with you.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And I don't get to bond with everybody. Some people, it really is just a work thing. Some people, it really is just like we went to high school together. Some people, I don't know you from a hole in the wall and I'm trying to get to know you. But today, it felt like a brother thing. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't expecting for us to have nearly as many similarities, all that shit. All that shit, man.
Surprised me too, man.
Yeah.
Like you did the plays, did the music, man. Check out,
Thank you, man. Thank you for everything. Make sure you follow my boy. All the links will be below in the comments. Share the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. I hope you guys jumped in the conversation. Drop some comments. Share this shit. Everything. Shoot for the moon. If you missed, you're still amongst the stars. Peace.
Going through some changes right here and now. I've been on my grind just to live it out. Say what's on your mind just to hear it loud. Everybody knows me, really, that's the whole